Hi guys, this is lesson 3, so we'll continue on. So what we're going to do now, this is our fall trees, fall leaves and trees that I had a request for. So hopefully this helps. Just trying to get in and get seated. Alright, so this is the painting that we're doing. You already seen it, but I just wanted to show it to you again. So what I think we're going to do now is we are going to do those leaves on the trees, and we're going to highlight the trees, and hopefully we can get these flowers and reflections in, and hopefully have most of it finished, this section, this lesson. So now here we go. What we're going to do is, I'll just let you know that if your paint starts to dry on you, just give it a little squirt of water. That's all it is. Just keep it from drying up on you, okay? That's all you need to do there. So that's the paints. Ultramarine blue, sap green, cad red, cad yellow, and burnt umber. Alright, I'm just using these styrofoam plates. Now, and we're using flat brushes. So what are we going to do now? Let's see where we can start. Why don't we highlight those trees and clean them up a little bit? How's that? So we can use a fan brush, or you can use a flat brush for your highlights, okay? So we'll try the flat brush first. Flat chiseled brush. So if you want to, you probably already cleaned up your brush. You probably already cleaned these up. Okay, so you keep them, clean up the edges and shape them up properly. So you notice that you may have to do a little shaping up on the edge there. Okay, so clean up your edges. Make it nice. Take pride in your trees. Take pride in your paintings. There we go. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah. So get that all cleaned up. Make them look pretty. Pretty trees. Alright, so we'll see how messy this one is. So we'll clean that up. There we go. Clean up the edge. Good. Perfect. I'm sorry that I fooled that tree up there. And the worst thing about, if you fool up a tree, like a big branch like this, and it's over your sky and over everything, and it's a big dark hole, it's really, really difficult to fix, because it just takes up all that big space there. For me to fix that, I gotta wait and put white paint in there and go back with the trees and sky, and it's just really horrible. So if there's any way possible you can, get it as good as you can at first try. If you can't, you can fix it as long as you got lots of patience. Okay, now, so we're going to lighten up our paint. So we got that dark paint that we put on, but now we're going to add some white to it in order to lighten it up nice and bright. And I'm going to say that the light source is coming from the right, and it's coming over and going to hit off the right side of the trees. So let's put this on here, on the edge. And now what I'm going to get you to do is clean off your brush. So I forgot to get some tissue, but anyway, I have a little bit of old tissue in this here, but it's getting pretty messy. But we'll keep the video going. So we'll lighten up our color that we're using for our trunks, and you clean off your brush. Put paint on, but clean it off so that there's not too much on there, and that way you won't have too much paint. And then you just scrub on the paint on the edge here, just to brighten it up on the edges. Alright, and probably underneath here, I'm thinking the sun might be shining underneath that part of the tree. It's really hard when you're not there and you have to sort of guess what you think, where you think the sun might be hitting, because, we're not going by a picture. It's different when you're going by a picture. You can see where the light is going. But when you're not going by a picture and make it up on your own, you have to make a guess at where the light is going, or you can just say, well, that's where the light is going, because I made this up myself, so I can have the light wherever I want it. Oh my, don't mind me. So anyway, let's get the light on the side of the tree. Okay, just come down and make sure you don't have too much paint on your brush, and that way you'll get a really nice if say you put too much paint, say it's a big blob of paint there and you don't like it, just go back into your dark and take it out, okay? And then you can put it back in again. So you go back and forth until you're happy with what you see. Nice and bright there on the edge. We're going to be nice, we need it nice and bright now. I'm going to be brightening this up again after, because we want to say the sun is there, okay? So we'll do the other one. So the sun then would be on, I would think, the right side of this tree. Okay, so just scrub it in there. Scrub, 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 scrub. Good. Maybe it's on the edge of here. Maybe the sun is shining here. Maybe it's on the top of this limb here. And here. Look up some pictures and look at different pictures of trees and see where the sun is shining on them. If it's coming from the right, just see what parts of the tree it's shining on. So let's put some highlight on the edge of there, and on the edge of here, and on the right side here, whoops, and here, and over here. Now that's behind the tree, so you might get a bit of shadow there. So then we got it on the side here. So all these are going to be highlighted, okay? Good. I will go back over those again, so not to worry. So while we're doing that, let's see. Well, I'll wait. Okay, now take your big old brush, big old flat brush, Bristol. Push it up against your hand. Push it up against your hand and widen it out. See? And then you're going to tap into that dark color that you made for the tree. Tap into that. And then tap into some red. See? And then, hopefully, we're going to tap gently on here, and we're getting too much red. So we'll go back into the dark, because we want these to be a little darker so we can put highlights on them. Remember that when you need at least 3 values for form: light, medium, and dark. So we have dark and medium there, and then we'll put a highlight on it. So, here we go. So just tap, 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 very gently, tap, 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 tap. Go back into the dark, now on top of the red. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. There we go, and we got some down. So use these limbs, the edges of these limbs, for your guide to know where you might say, well, where do I put them? Where do I put them? Well, that's where you put them, on the tops of all these edges here. Okay, that will be your guide. It's so perfect. I love doing trees like this because the trees will guide you. You don't even have to think about it. You just put them right where you see. So, you can also put some here in the middle a little bit. Okay. And we'll be putting more highlights on those. And I need to put probably another branch going out there. Alright, so we'll brighten them up in a minute. Now we're going to do the other side. Yes, let's do the other side. Now you see that you need them somewhere else, put them in. Okay, now at least we get that much done. And we'll highlight those. Now next ones are going to be the yellowish color, orangey color. So we got a bit of red. That will be your darker tone, and some yellow. And you tap into yellow, and tap into red, and we tap on here. Good. Tap on the tops of those. Okay. Good. Very gentle, because I pushed a little too hard up there. See that? So very gentle, because you can always go back and put more in, but you can't go back and take them out because they're already on the canvas then. So rather put in too little than too much. Okay. So use those as a guide. Use those limbs as a guide. Get rid of that guy. Stand like a sore thumb, sure. Alright, so keep going over these. Good. Might want some in the middle. Here we go. Good. Now we'll highlight those and that will fluff them up a little bit when we highlight them, okay? Good. Now, we're saying that the light is coming from this way, so the light should be shining on that and on this here. So that will be on the right side there and the right side here, and then the other two sides should be a little darker in shadow, okay? So now we can highlight those. So let's take a smaller brush. Let's take the smaller flat Bristol brush. Smaller flat Bristol brush, and we'll put on these here some red, and we may need some white. White is your helper. So white and red. That will pink it up a little bit, and then you can pick these spots over here, okay? Because those that's where the sun is shining. The sun is shining on the tree. There we go. Now this brush you don't like. Okay, here's another tip. If I tell you to use certain brushes and it's not working for you and you just can't seem to get it to work, go find another brush. Go look for something else. Doesn't mean because I say to use a certain brush that you have to use it. Make sure that you're happy with your brush, okay? That's the main thing. So I'm lightening up these and going back over these very gently. Very, very gently. Okay, they're a little thick. So now pure white this time. So we got now the dark, the medium, and the really brightest highlight. And that gives you your form of your tree. Okay. Good. So these are different values of color. So you got a red, then you add, and your red is, you darken it up with your, say purple color, whatever, and then you go on with pure red, and then you go on it, well, you know, you lighten up your red with a bit of white, and then you go and brighten it up even more. You get 3 values. So let's see. Shirley will be able to explain to you even better than me. So if you want her email address, she'll give you lots of free tips. And she'll even I can't pronounce it. She'll even have a look at your paintings and help you say, okay, well, what do you think I need to do by painting? And she'll tell you. She'll tell you right out. She'll say, this needs to do this, and you need to do that. And I tell you, really good help. It's wonderful. So you should go for that. Now, let's see, we can brighten up the other side. See, I lost some of my red because like I said, I'm on video and I can't take my time the way I should. But I'll go way back over that again. So I'll go back over that again, see, with some darks, so I can fix it up. So I'm going to go back in and get my red and add my bit of purplish color to it. And I'm going to go back in there and add some darker colors because I find that it's really too dark or too light. So you can do the same, go back and forth until you get what you're looking for, and take a picture of the painting that I did, because then you'll be able to follow, you'll have something to look at. I know you have this to look at, but it's different than the painting that I did first, the one that I could take my time with, and that's because, like I say, I'm just doing some. Anyway, that's not bad though. So what we'll do is we'll put some lighter colors over here, and I think I'm gonna stop. I know I think I should stop. I don't know how long you want to watch, but or I could go on a little bit longer. So just put some highlight on these over here. It should be yellow. I'm sorry, I never even told you. So it's yellow. Clean your brush. You got too much pink on it. So we got yellow. Alright, yellow. And a little bit of white. Tap, tap, tap to get it all together. Sorry. Alright, here we go. Doop, doop, doop. So tap that over what you already did, but try to keep, you know, what you already did there so you can see them. So just brighten that up a little bit. There we go. Take your time, you don't have to rush. Like I said, I'm doing a video, so it's different for me, but you guys take your time and have some fun with it. See, the light's there and the light's there. We got some light here. And, okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. So what we can do now is take your brush and let's tap on some grass right here. Get out of there. Okay, so we're going to use the green color. Sap green, or whatever dark green you have. Alright, and we're going to darken, we want an underpainting, so we're going to add a bit of blue to it. A little bit of red, so we can darken it down. Nice dark green, okay? And then tap your dark green here on top and come up over that little hump there. If it's not dark enough, then keep adding blue and red till you get that nice really dark color, okay? Really, really dark. I want it dark. So, here we go. So, come up a little bit and then just tap, tap, tap all around here, and then you come up over that rock a little bit. There we go. There we go, there we go. Good. So now you got some there, and we'll highlight that too, because now we got our dark and medium. That's two values. And now we'll do another highlighting. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Marvelous. So now, let's put a bit of green. So just go into just your green this time. Your brush is dirty, that's okay. Just tap on some of these greens. You can even come up there like that, that's okay. So just green only, and just come on up. That green will mix in with what we already have there, so it won't be as like a bright green or a green that you don't like. And there we go, and some more green over here. Good. Good, good, good. And up here, and up here, and up here. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, and then now add a little bit of yellow to your green. Yellow to your green to brighten it up so we can have some highlights on our grass. Okay? A little bit of highlight. Just a little bit, not much, because we're going to put some flowers there. A little bit of green grass, little highlights. That's it. That's enough. Flowers are going to be there. Alright. And then a little bit of grass here. There we go. That's it. And now, clean your brush. And I will put some flowers on them. When I come back, then we're going to do our reflections down here and finish off the painting, okay? So while you're, so let's finish off these little flowers. So tap into pure red. Tap, 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 tap off into your hair too. Tap off because you don't want too much paint. And just put some red right on top of that green grass. And let's spread them out a little bit. You don't want too many reds in one place. Okay, there we go. Good. Boop. And then we'll tap, clean dirty brush, tap into yellow. And there's yellow. Whoops. I got some red in it, so it's not. Alright, so we'll put some yellow on here. A little bit of white. And tap into a bit of white, that will bring it up a bit better. A little bit of yellow and white over here. Okay. So you put the flowers in the way you want them, where you want them. That's all it is. You can even tap into some blue with your dirty brush and a bit of white. You get some really pretty colors like this. Some purples. There we go. Good. So just put in some flowers here and there. And take your time and just put in once you put them in the way you want them. So I'm just going to take some pure white. Pure white. I'm just going to add a few little pure white. Pure white. There we go, going up the tree. Good. a little on the edge here because that's where the light is shining. And over here. So we'll continue on after, when I come back, we'll straighten all this up and we'll do our reflections and we'll make it look really pretty. And so I guess that's lesson 4, I think. And that's it. So I'll see you in the next lesson.